So I made a video about gliding 808s in drill. I showed you guys how to make a 808 in massive. If you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. It's going to be in the corner there or there. But today's video is a little different. We're not doing sound design. I'm going to show you how to do gliding 808s and sliding hi-hats or sliding 808s as well, using only samples, so drum kit samples that you would get off the internet, because that's what most people use when they make music. So I showed you how to make one of those gliding 808s from scratch using a VST. Now we're going to go ahead on using samples. So I already made two little loops here. As you can see, it's two different sequences. One is more of like a drill type beat, and then the other one is the same melody loop, but I use more of like a typical hip hop beat. So let's just take a listen to both of these. I'm going to show you guys how to make the 808s glide in Ableton. So let's only work with the first loop here, which is a typical hip hop beat. I put very simple kick drums here. It's just the typical syncopated kick drum. So now I'm going to copy that to the 808 down over here. I already made another version here, but I'm going to basically redo it. So the 808s, I use the plugin called Simpler, which is in Ableton, and we're going to make the 808 go really long because it's a long 808. For this tutorial, you could use long 808s or short 808s. It doesn't really matter. The gliding effect is still the same. Usually for longer ones, it works better because obviously it's longer and you can hear the glide coming in from longer. So now with the 808, it sounds like this. So now we don't really have a glide going on, obviously. So there's two ways you can make a bass glide in this. So I'm going to use the first way, which is the way I used to do it before Ableton added a new feature. So if you're using an older version of Ableton, this is 100% going to work all the time. You go here and you turn on glide in the Simpler. 50 milliseconds is kind of fast. So let's say you want a slower glide. Let's make it 100 milliseconds, and then you'll see that the note is going to glide up if I put it only on top of a note that is already playing. So it's going to make it a monophonic sound now. See, that's still kind of fast. We can make it even slower. So let's say 300 and just 300. That's some glide right there. So we could obviously just, sprinkle it around here and there. You could add them literally wherever you want. You could even start it from higher and make it go down as long as the note on top of it is playing. So it's going to glide down now. You see, they have to be on top of each other. Not like this, but like just even like this is okay. But try to have it longer because you never know if it's going to affect the glide time. So there you go. You can make a glide easily like that. So there is also a second way of doing this. Let's just delete everything here, put it back to what it once was. If you have Ableton 11, I think it's only in 11 that they have this, you can go here and there's a new feature called slide right here. So let's say you don't have anything here when you go onto this tab. So usually in Ableton, you start off on this tab for the MIDI section. Now they added a new section that you can automate MIDI notes and make them do crazy things. So now you can slide your notes. So if you go onto this tab here, let's zoom in on this here. So we went from here to here. So the top one here is the slide. And now if we click on the note itself, it's going to give us the option to go up and down with the note. But if you only do this, it only automates the note to do one thing. But now you have to literally make it go like from down to up or from up to down and glide it whichever way you want. You can even do crazy glides like this. It's not too crazy, but make it go up. So there you go. You can make some interesting things, time it differently. See, it gives a little extra spice to your notes. You could always just make it go in a straight line up. Same thing could be applied to your open hi-hats. So let's get into open hi-hats somewhere here. So earlier I did the same version with the open hi-hats with the glide itself here. So earlier I had a open hi-hat on top of the same beat that was gliding using the old version, right? I had the glide on, I put the notes on top of each other to make them glide in the direction that I want. And it sounds pretty cool, sounds fun. It works. It's just that you have to add extra notes and then experiment with it. But now we can delete all that, go into this section here. We already have slide on because we used it before, and then make our open hi-hats slide up and down. So I think it's the same feature like in FL Studio, and honestly, it's an amazing feature. It actually helps out a ton. So if you have a new version of Ableton, use this. If you don't, then use the old trick. You can even use the old trick in this version. That's how you glide all your sounds and samples. So I use the old trick here to do some like drill gliding with the same 808. So you don't need to change 808 or anything. I made a little drill pattern here using the old trick, and it's gonna sound pretty cool. And there you go, old trick, new trick. So I hope you guys that use Ableton learn a little something in this video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe for more music production content. You can check out my music in the description down below. My beats are there as well, my mixing and mastering services as well. As always, my name is Tiny, and I'm signing out.
Moving fast, all because I'm paranoid. I don't know, checking in on every noise. You never know, shit that they can find on you. Trust nobody, even if you call a boo. Now you know where the fuck I get my trust issues. She started with some, now she watching on my every move.